Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, incidents in pop culture, and celebrity, legal, and other news. Listen, so this is a pop culture chat. You see the title Jonathan Majors in the MCU? Now, we know that Marvel has wrapped up their uh, first half of their Avengers Doomsday, and there were several artists, actors that were cast to be in that particular iteration. And Jonathan Majors was not one of them. And if you recall that back in 2023, December of 2023, he was convicted of misdemeanor unintentional assault, and he was sentenced to 1 year of counseling. And upon that conviction, Marvel fired him from the MCU. And so since then, this is 2020, that was 2023. Here we are in 2025, and there's still rumors because he has a lot of fans in the MCU that want him to return to do Kang. Now, there have been several different articles written, uh, and Kevin Feige has mentioned and stated that initially they wanted to do a story about Doom. However, they were extremely wowed by Jonathan Majors' performance in the series Loki as He Who Remains. And then they decided at that point that they were going to build a storyline around Kang. Now, when he was arrested, Marvel was definitely looking at ways to pivot, and there were several Variety, Deadline, the Hollywood Reporter articles, pretty much stating as much. They were waiting for the trial, or they were waiting to see what the conclusion of the legal case before that they made a definitive decision. And again, once he was convicted, the definitive decision was that he was fired as Kang. So there have been rumors upon rumors upon rumors lately. A rumor this month talking about uh Jonathan Majors may be returning as Kang. I did see a video with him and Megan at an award show where he was kind of being coy about the situation. And as of now, there's really no evidence or official statement confirming that Jonathan Majors will return to the MCU as Kang the Conqueror. And there was a report claiming that he will return, was quickly and definitively shut down by the reporter who published it. Again, as I've said before, Marvel Studios dropped him in December of 2023 after his conviction of misdemeanor assault and harassment. We have seen several videos, all of which Jonathan Majors has talked about, and that was towards the end of 2023 through 2024, where he had made mention that he wanted to return. It is my understanding that he even wrote a letter to Kevin Feige expressing that he wanted to return. I don't know if Kevin Feige responded to that letter or not. He then went on to then promote the movie magazine Dreams. And in between him promoting the magazine Dreams, there was an audio release by Cheyenne Roundtree of the Rolling Stones, which on that recording we did hear Jonathan Majors, in Jonathan Majors' way, saying that he didn't know what overcame him. He aggressed her and aggressed Grace, and she went on to explain it, that no, you put your hands around my neck, you choked me. And so from that, I think that the rollout for magazine Dreams was stunted. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but The numbers didn't do as well as they thought that they were going to do, and Magazine Dreams quickly went to DVD or online streaming services. So, with all of that said, I do want to just kind of put my commentary in here about what I think that Jonathan Majors should do, because I have seen him and I have reviewed different. He's been on different award shows. He's done a lot of little different things, uh, but nothing in regards to acting. So we're talking 2023. We are in the. We're about to move into the third quarter of 2025, and he has no projects pending as of date. I do know that there were two projects that he one project that he had completed. I don't know the status of that particular project. And then True Threat was a project that he was working on. I don't know the status of that as well. Let's see. Because again, he has not acted in a movie since 2023. And I'm going back through his so he was the status, he did a movie Merciless, and from what I understood that he had already filmed that particular movie. And again, he was supposed to be in a movie called True Threat. I don't see that on his IMDb list. The last thing that it looks like that he has completed was Loki, and that was back in 2023. Merciless, it says, is in pre-production, but the rumor has it that that production had completed, but there is just an issue about how to get this movie out of pre-production, getting it into post-production. I don't know if there's a funding problem or whatever. So here is my thoughts in regards to Jonathan Majors. I think, he is married to Megan Good, and they have been, they have a corporation together called Honor Culture, and they are working with that. I think that that's fine. I think that he is a bodybuilder. She is very into her fitness, and them and them combining to make that brand bigger than bigger and better. Not an issue or problem, but the fact is that Jonathan Majors is an actor. Yeah, he's a CEO of Honor Culture. Yes, he goes to all these different award shows. However, he's an actor. Now, I think it's without saying that he no longer has the cachet that he did in 2022, when there were hordes and hordes of projects that he had upcoming. All of those projects kind of washed and withered away once he was arrested in March of 2023. We are 2 years beyond that. He's completed his court ordered counseling, or whatever it was, court order. He also settled his civil case with Grace. So he is pretty much two years beyond those particular incidents and things that he had with the conviction for misdemeanor assault and harassment. What do I think that he should do? I know that he's gone to college and received a master's degree in acting. I think he should get back to acting. Again, he no longer has the cachet in Hollywood that he had before. I'm unsure of who his manager is. I'm unsure of who his publicist, his talent agent, all of those people. I'm unsure of who those people are. But at this point, I think for Jonathan Majors, I really do think that he should get back into auditioning. And again, he no longer has that cachet where they're calling him up and asking him to do roles. And that's fine because actors go up and down in that process all the time. I think he should. I don't think he should be looking for that next major box office movie. I believe that Netflix, HBO Max, uh, Hulu, Amazon Prime, all of those cable TV shows, also these streaming services, they have a lot of different movies and series that are continuing and that he should definitely go and audition for. I think that if he builds, because it's about building the resume, in my opinion. And if you go and you build that resume, go audition for these shows. There are a plethora of good shows that are on those streaming services and these cable networks that are definitely looking for good actors. And I think, I don't know if he feels like he's above and beyond going to act or not. But I do think if he goes out and he auditions for these roles, he figures out what these roles are, what are these different programs, and he go audition for these things. Whoever his management team is, whatever his team is, they really need to get involved in that. Because again, I don't know if movie stardom is checking for him right now. However, again, you can definitely go and audition for roles and things like that on these streaming services and also on cable TV and also on legacy TV, which is ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. It would be also to be nice to see him in plays. I'm quite sure that in New York, also in Los Angeles, and other places, they have different productions, plays, and productions for him to get involved in those to kind of keep his acting chops up to par. I don't know about all of these award shows that he's going to. I don't know if he is networking within those things, and if he is, continue that. Continue to network in these different award places and premieres or whatever, wherever it is that you're going. I think that that would be a great thing for you to do, to be able to do that. But again, if we're looking for Jonathan Majors in the MCU, I don't see it for him. I don't see it for him. And the reason why I don't see it for him is because again, you look at the MCU and their track at record in regards to black actors. I mean, we have Blade that has been in pre-production since 2019 with Mahershala Ali. I don't think that's coming off the ground. We have Black Panther that hasn't come across the ground. They're not even looking to recast T'Challa. So even though T'Challa has been a character longer than, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, but he was a character longer than Chadwick Boseman was alive. And with Chadwick Boseman untimely passing away, you see that they haven't recasted him, even to the point that they have made extreme efforts to purge T'Challa from the MCU, from Marvel Comics, and all these different things. We noticed that if you are on the recast T'Challa train, we noticed that with the X-Men 97. All other characters were recognized being within that universe, but apparently when T'Challa died in the MCU, he died in every other universe or iteration or timeline that there was in regards to Marvel. I'm not laughing, ha ha. I'm just laughing like, that's just craziness. But anyway, all of that to say was I don't see it for him in the NCU. MCU. I see it for him in other places. I just think he needs to get out and he needs to audition for it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got in regards to that. Jonathan Majors, there is no evidence or official statement confirming that Jonathan Majors will return to the MCU as Kang the Conqueror. Once again, there is no evidence or official statement confirming that Jonathan Majors will return as to the MCU as Kang the Conqueror. So all of these rumors, all of these different things, let's go ahead and put them to rest. I don't see him returning as Kang the Conqueror. Something happens because we're on the Avengers Doomsday, and we do know that it's a two-part ending. If something happens between now and 2026 when they start filming for that, don't know. But again, my hope for Jonathan Majors is for him to realize that he no longer has that movie cachet and that he needs to go ahead and try his hand at auditioning for different of the streaming services. Again, HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and also the legacy networks of CBS, ABC, NBC, and Fox. They have several shows that they are working on. He definitely can go and audition for those shows and those series, do pilots, whatever he needs to do, because he is an acting talent, and it would be a shame to see that acting talent go to waste. So that's all I got for that. So hopefully, if Jonathan Majors, if you listen, I don't know if you would listen to me, but hey, get out, audition, and get back on the screen because you have a good enough fan base that miss you out here uh, on the airwaves. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, what do you think about that? You're not going to see Kang the Conqueror in the MCU anytime soon. So, what do you think that Jonathan Major should do? Put it down in the comments. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye bye.